Fratellis with my friend John off of their second studio album, Here We Stand, released in 2008. They are fantastic, and, I know they just came out with an album last year, was it? No, it was 2015 when Eyes Wide, Tongue Tied came out, and so I'm anticipating a whole bunch of awesome music coming out. I just want to know who, and I got a short list right here, and I know there's more, and I haven't been doing my job, and I want to be giving you some new music, but there's been a bit of a block, as well as the ongoing investigation as to where the show's money went. Terry? Yeah, no answer, of course. Well, in the meantime, though, I think that there's enough here to at least talk about it, that sort of thing right there. And I'm going to let you know what's on my radar as of right now. And again, I haven't been doing a thorough enough search, and you'll see here, I'm looking at Electric Gas. They've been promising an album for almost a year now, and they're still, working on it, that sort of thing right there. They finally did change their website, though, so I think they're finally, going to release it at this point now. It'll be their second studio album, and when did Mondo come out? That was... Can you help me with that, Terry? 2013, I want to say? Oh my god, no, that was 2012. My bad. Wow, that was a while ago. So yeah, they are bound for another hit right there, and I'm not sure if Danger Mouse is going to be working with them on that one or not. That has not been released. It actually hasn't been released. I don't know. I'm guessing not at that point there. Otherwise, someone would have mentioned something, and Danger Mouse has been awfully busy as of late. Let's see, what else we got? We got Beck, who's working on some new material right now. We haven't heard much from him since his Grammy award-winning album. I'm totally blanking on that one, too. What is wrong with me tonight, Terry? Seriously, this is not normal whatsoever. It was Morning Phase, of course. And so he's going to be working on something a bit more poppy, a bit more like, I don't know, like Midnight Vultures-ish. But, with a new... It's like if you combine the information with Midnight Vultures, I guess, and then kind of put it into the more modern perspective. And if you know Beck music enough to understand what I just said, good on you for that. I'm really impressed right there. You are a smart cookie, you. But for those of you who don't know, Beck changes his sound all the time, and so he's got this really, modern sort of, funk, let's dance party kind of music right there. And so he's released an EP already titled Wow, which is actually a very fun track, as well as a single on the last FIFA game, Up All Night, which I think that's the only way that you can find that as of right now. It's just not released yet. And the rumor is that he's going to be releasing another EP shortly before he actually goes out with an LP, which is highly anticipated by me. I can't wait for it to finally drop, and I feel the same way about Damon Albarn with his Gorillaz project right there. He's been promising us an album for 2-3 months now, and he keeps pushing it back, and it's all right, man. I want you to make it perfect. I want you to make it beautiful, but I don't know if there's a Bowie track on there or not. And I've been waiting very patiently for quite a while right now. I'm just saying, it's time to show some love. That sort of bit right there. I've been missing those guys quite a bit. And I love Gorillaz, honestly. It's one of those bands that never really left for me, especially when they teamed up with Danger Mouse for Demon Days back in 08? Was Demon Days in 08? We're going to play this whole quiz game right there. Those of you playing at home, get your bingo cards out. We're playing. No, it was 05. Wow. Yeah, I am just all sorts of wrong tonight. I'm just going to have to cut my losses right there. Oh, boy. But we got, there's other great music still coming out. I know Nick Cave kind of just got done with a tour actually just came through here from what I understand. I love his voice. So soulful. If you haven't heard Skeleton Keys, you really need to pick that up. It's very, very similar to... I found it very similar to David Bowie's Black Star. So if you liked that album, you're going to definitely like this. If you like Nick Cave, you're going to like Skeleton Keys. If you don't know who Nick Cave is, you should listen to some of his earlier stuff and then warm up to it because you're just not going to be into it, frankly. He's got plenty of stuff ranging from the early 80s and onward, so it's not difficult to go out and find it, honestly. Australian rocker, really, really soulful voice, and sometimes a little bit melancholy, but hey, that works sometimes. You can chill out to that, and it's all good. Oh, boy. But as far as music is concerned right there, that's about it. I've been wanting to get Chinese Man on the system here for such a long time. It's on my laptop. Can't play it off of there, of course. And so, until that transition happens, I'm not going to be able to share that with you. C'est triste. But, I have also been getting into a band that is on here, and we're going to play them at the next break. Remember Blur? It took me forever to get it back into Blur. I don't know why it took me so long and that sort of bit, but I just started throwing them on very randomly a couple days ago, and I haven't really put them down since. It's just one of those bits where they're fun, they're poppy, that sort of thing. They're very British, and so maybe that was why I wasn't able to quite connect with them, which is a bit weird for me at least. I don't know about you, but usually I do connect with that sort of stuff. That makes a good transition for what I want to talk about next, because we're still talking about media, we're still talking about random bits that come across my path, and I don't know how or why, but they do, and sometimes it's really, really fantastic. And that's actually what I will describe as Still Game on Netflix right now, which, again, very, very random occurrence right there. It is a Scottish sitcom about two old guys, and they kind of are just in their later years, and they don't really have anything else to do but be old together. And it is hilarious. But I tried sharing this with my friends a couple days ago, that sort of bit right there, and I forgot that it is incredibly Scottish. Like, you thought Fratellis were Scottish? Like, they are Scottish. Don't get me wrong, they are absolutely Scottish. But these guys, they are, like, old-time Scottish. And so, I was having to translate, like, half the TV show until finally I was like, all right, never mind, I'll turn it off. I'm sorry I even brought it up. You know, that sort of thing right there. But I don't quite understand why I have to do that. Can Americans just learn how to speak English, please? Like, we've been doing all this American and Americanese or whatever the hell you want to call it right now, and it's just not working out. It didn't make sense in the beginning, and it hardly makes sense right now. We don't spell words correctly, we don't pronounce them correctly. We're all in this moral ambiguity about it. And I don't know when grammar became moral ambiguity, because I've never been really one to follow that, but I just said that right there, and so we're just going to continue on with it. Oh, boy. Oh, so I've been really enjoying this show, but it is a bit thick on the Scottish accents and terminology, and so maybe it's a learning experience right there. You could start to, pick up on different dialects, that sort of thing, and basically that's how I started doing all sorts of random voices. So if you're bored, you don't have anything better to do with your life, and a little bit sad, you're able to pick up on these things really quickly. I'm surprised by it. Oh boy, but speaking of television, since we're going on that route now, I've been watching a lot of Canadian programming, which I gotta say, I really do love Canadian television. They care about acting, they care about plot structure, and all the other little things that Americans don't seem to give a shit about. It's all about big budgets, it's all about who's in it, and it's all about, how much of a tit can we show right there. Which, I've been thinking of an interesting project to do lately, and that is, we will have, pretty much full nudity in a scene, but we will Photoshop out female nipples for male nipples, because apparently that is all that we are not allowed to show on TV right now is the female nipple. It's gotten to that point right now. I was watching It's Always Sunny, and that is literally all they, blurred out on the breast. And so, if that's what we're really, concerned about, that sort of thing, I didn't even know it was that bad. But, my God, I'm just going to start, CGIing male nipples all over and that sort of bit right there. It'll be fun. It'll be creative. It'll be artistic. Don't get me wrong. It'll be great. And if you want to jump on that project, you can find me at the Teej page. That's TWJ, the Teej, on the Facebook, the Book of Faces. You know where to find that one, at least. Yeah, but this Canadian programming has, it's kind of got me out of the whole sync of watching American programming, and there's these different plot structures and that sort of thing. And for an assignment, I recently was assigned to watch reality TV. And that's a whole new ballgame, because I don't think I know any current reality TV shows, at all. And I know some of the crappy ones in the past, that sort of thing, but I've never been interested in those kind of things at all. It's just gossip, it's just drama, it's padding out a 5-minute narrative into a half hour. It's horrible. And I don't know what I should do. I don't know how I should accomplish this assignment, and I have to do it this weekend. So, any of you out there listening, if you know of a reality TV show that I should analyze, please share that with me, because I honestly have no idea. It's just going to be one of those fun bits right there where, you can have some influence as to how I complete my assignments, which is terrifying and fun at the same time. But let's see here. Beyond reality TV, I know that some of you might be, nodding off and thinking, oh, God, he has to study a TV show. Well, you got to think about this practically for what I'm doing in that sort of bit right there, which is, of course, I'm potentially going to do TV, and so consequently you need to know how to do TV by watching TV, and that's what you get as a reference. Artists, they go to museums. I went to the museum a couple weeks ago, and it was great. It was beautiful. I had a whole bunch of inspiration right there. Doesn't usually apply to a media format, though. I mean, it can give you some ideas in that regard, but typically, if you need to understand how to present an audience with a television show, you need to have watched a TV show. Just goes to show. Which, I thought that, us being media students, that sort of thing, we were automatically already analyzing everything that we watched in this manner so that, we didn't look like twats. But apparently that does not happen in any way, shape, or form. And my proof for this, I do have a source. It has to do with the fact that I have talked so many parking scenes out of student films that it's disgusting. All right? Word of advice to everyone out there. You do not need to film a parking scene unless it is crucial to the plot. Otherwise, skip it. It doesn't matter how they got there. You don't need to show that they drove there and they got there safely. It is assumed. My God. And so these people, I guess they don't analyze TV shows. They know how sluggish that is. And that is my 2 bits on that. And I know that got into a little bit of a manic soapbox. But, man, do I hate parking scenes. That is like the worst part of any film right there. Personally, I just cannot stand it. It drives me up the wall. And I think it was Mystery Science Theater that actually drew me onto that. But think about it right now. If you've ever watched a film and you're like, God, why is this taking forever? It's usually because they're parking. I kid you not. Check it out. Start watching other films, especially crappy films. There's a lot to be learned with crappy films. I'll be honest with you right there. And if you learned anything from this whole conversation right there, good on ya. You think I'm just being a miserable prick who's just going on? Well, then I got a song for you. Here's some Blur.